I've decided to analyze Peter Grant, the famous artist manager for Led Zeppelin. Now, Peter was born in London, England, and was raised there. Grew up, had some various odd jobs throughout his life. Was a bouncer at a club one time, amateur wrestler. Had a fairly not prominent acting career, but had a few current roles during his mid-20s. But once the acting career started to fade away, he began just kind of basic stagehand work and started being transportation for artists when they came to play in the UK, and that led him into tour management. So as he moved up in the tour management rankings, that's actually a very classic progression now, but back then he was one of the original tour managers to become an artist's full career manager, which makes sense because as a tour manager, you're constantly looking out for an artist. You're making sure all business dealings are up to standard and that the artist is getting paid. So it honestly makes sense that this would progress into other areas of the artist business, including record sales and label deals, sponsorships, so on and so forth. And so that's how Peter Grant got into artist management. Now, Peter Grant has constantly been working with very notable talent from the get-go. His first big group that he managed were the Yardbirds, a kind of super group before everyone was famous, has such famous and renowned rock and roll musicians as Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and, of course, Jimmy Page, who Grant would go on to manage in Led Zeppelin, which is one of the most iconic rock and roll bands in history. He also, after Led Zeppelin broke up following the death of John Bonham, went on to also manage notable rock supergroup Bad Company. Now, one of the most unique aspects of Peter Grant's artist management style was just his fierce loyalty he had to all the bands he represented, but most notably for Led Zeppelin and really crafting their career. This is mentioned in the book as he basically changed industry standards through business dealings he acquired for Led Zeppelin just because he did not want to see them get exploited in a deal or unfairly compensated. And also, many people were interviewed for a Billboard article after his death in 1995. Maybe people just characterize him as an aggressively loyal manager, would just do anything for the band. And it was, as one artist manager friend quotes, so after briefly studying Peter Grant's career with Led Zeppelin and all the other bands that he managed, three key takeaways I really saw were, first and foremost, that an artist manager needs to truly believe in their artist to make it work and just defend them no matter what. This type of attitude Peter had, like I said before, changed so many industry standards. One example being in the touring industry. Before Peter worked with Led Zeppelin, most tours would either only pay a very, very small percentage of cover charges or admission fees to the artist for their shows, or would just pay a very small flat fee. Peter, with Led Zeppelin, just did not think this was fair to the band, and he believed that they were providing these venues a remarkable product, and so he hard-nosedly negotiated a 90-10 split in the artist's favor for touring industry, which has now become more of how tours are negotiated these days. Second key takeaway that was exemplified by Peter, which is mentioned in the book, is that he understood his role as a manager and he respected the band's role on the creative process. He never messed with that. He knew that that was theirs to do, and they wouldn't be supporting their artistic integrity if he got involved for marketing's sake or whatnot. And vice versa, that created trust with the band, so the band trusted him when he was this hard-nosed negotiator and was doing things nobody else had done before. And so, third and final takeaway, Peter, in support of artistic integrity, always based business decisions off an artist's strengths and style. As the book mentions, example of that is he never pushed for Led Zeppelin to be a huge single band. He knew that's not the type of music they had, the quick one-stop songs. It was whole albums. He pushed for album sales. He made many more business decisions like this, but I think it's a great example for artist managers to cater to their artists' needs and not just treat them like a product that can just be shipped and boxed like everything else. So I think that was just a great example to bring the human element into artist management. So thank you all very much for watching, and here are my references that I used for this presentation. Thank you very much.